Today we are taking a look at my portfolio's performance in April. I have been investing in the stock market for 16 months at the point of this recording, and in my first year I saw a nice return of 43%. So this gave me the confidence to challenge myself and grow my wealth from 0 to 100k in 8 years. On this channel I aim to show you what it is like to invest from the very beginning, and I contribute reasonable amounts of money monthly. I have a family, a mortgage and bills to pay, so I don't have unlimited amounts of cash or time to throw at this challenge. But I'm Steve and this is the Dividend Dad channel, where I am sharing my personal journey to reach 100k in 8 years, my insights, my strategies and my tips. If you are new to investing on the stock market or want to and haven't started yet, this channel is for you. Like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. Without further ado, let's check out my portfolio. So for the first time ever, my portfolio had actually gone into the negatives. I know, pretty scary moment for a while there, and yes, it did put me off the game for a little bit. But when I sat back and thought about what was happening, I understood that it isn't as bad as it seems. I did reevaluate my strategy slightly, but I haven't changed the fundamentals and foundations. So within the first couple of days in April, my complete portfolio went down to negative 3 or 5%. This was shocking for me because it was the first time I'd ever had been in the negatives like this. Of course, I've had individual stocks that have gone into the negative, so I'm mentally prepared for that, but I wasn't mentally prepared for my complete portfolio to go down so quickly. My portfolio performance in April was a 1.58% decline. You can see from the line graph that my portfolio declined quickly at the beginning of the month, but steadily returned back. It is worth knowing that the screenshot that was taken on the 1st of May, so it does have that day's gains included. Year to date, my portfolio has gained 2.62%, and you can see the actual figure from April's performance here. So at the end of April, I am slightly below my targets, because to keep on track with my 100k in 8 years goal, I should be gaining on average 1.15% a month. But we all know that just isn't going to happen as easily as that, is it? The S&P 500 dropped by 0.76% in April, so I didn't beat the S&P 500 in April. But year to date, the S&P 500 has declined by 3.52%, so I'm ahead of the S&P 500 with a decent margin too. So looking at individual holdings, 14 out of my 23 holdings were down for the month of April. That is just over 60% of the portfolio was down. I'm not too sure, but that could be a personal record, but not one that I want to beat anytime soon. My biggest losses this month was EOG, and that was down around 12.5%. And a close second was Pepsi, but down around 10%. But I do have happier news. I did have some holdings in the green, just under 40% of my portfolio in fact. My biggest winner this month was Bitcoin, jumping an impressive 17.36%, but they don't pay any dividends and are quite volatile, and I only have a small amount in that holding. Maybe around 1% worth of my portfolio is Bitcoin. But in second place, an equally impressive gain was Microsoft, almost 14% up, and these paid the dividends. Let's take a quick look at the overall performance of my portfolio. I have made a very simple spreadsheet on Google Sheets just to make it easier to see what is happening. 6 stocks that are on a month-to-month loss. I've got 1 stock there and 2 stocks that are on a month-to-month gain, and they are CVS and Coca-Cola. Look at Nvidia. In the month of March they were down 8.5% and they returned 6% in April. Microsoft, my dividend winner this month, in March they were down 3.97% and they've returned 13%, almost 14%, really good. Coca-Cola, I think I say it on every video, this is one of my favourite stocks. They're just so steady, nice dividend payout, you know. And CVS, since I've bought the CVS, they have really produced well for me. Dell, it looks bad on here, but if we look on here, and since I've increased month of March, it almost grew 1%. So this decline of 10% didn't really affect my new position. So since I put a new position in, it's rose almost 5%, so that's looking good. I have a few stocks here on the bottom, the older stocks that I still have them. AMD here, they're quite a lot in negative overall, to be honest, on this, so I'm just waiting for those to make a profit and I'm going to sell those off. Bitcoin, I have like maybe 1.5% of my whole portfolio is in Bitcoin. It's not something I'm that interested in, to be honest, but I've got about $20 or $10 in it, so it can just stay there. Maybe it'll make me millions one day, who knows. Amazon, Uber, they don't pay any dividends, but they've previously been like decent growth stocks, but could be a bit volatile. And ACB, this is a little bit of a punt really, it can just stay there. I have $14 in on that. It was $7 a share, so why not. In April, I didn't take any new positions or sell anything. The volatility at the beginning of the month put me off my game slightly and got me thinking about my strategy. Although I wasn't actively investing this month, it was still very nice to see the dividends still coming in, even with the volatility in the markets. Individual stocks were paying dividends even if they were actually declining. Great, isn't it? So now let's have a look at what dividends were paid in April. In April, I had 3 companies paying dividends into my portfolio. They were Coca-Cola, Rio Tinto Group and EOG, and their dividend amounts were $1.81 from Coca-Cola, 55 cents from Rio Tinto Group and 7 cents from EOG, giving my portfolio a total of $2.43 paid out in this month. So looking at the overall picture of my portfolio's dividend yield, it's currently at 2.4%. This does change due to the stock price fluctuations and where I choose to increase my positions. I'm aiming for somewhere around 3 to 4% of my portfolio dividend yield. This current yield is expected to give me an annual income of $53.19, a monthly income of $4.43 and a daily income of 15 cents. For me, it is the annual income and the monthly income that I'm most interested in. But yeah, the daily income is still quite fun to know. So looking back at what happened in April, I don't think I was mentally prepared for such a big drop on my complete portfolio and I just froze. I work hard for the money that I am putting into this investment strategy, even with all the research that I had done, and I believe that I have a winning strategy to build long-term passive income and wealth. I had the knowledge and I've done good research, but because I haven't got that much experience, I wasn't mentally prepared for such a big decline on my portfolio. Sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing. I could have panicked and started selling at a loss. I know, it doesn't sound very sensible, but I'm telling you that people do that. Sentiment traders or day traders, however you want to call them. The ones that are trying to beat the market. So at the beginning of my wealth growing journey, I kept it simple. I didn't really think about such crazy volatility in the markets like we have seen in the recent months. Some share prices are changing 4 or 5% day to day, up one day, down the next day. My original strategy is to contribute monthly, collect my dividends together with the contributions, and spread that across a few stocks in my portfolio that are at a lower price than their actual valuation. But this strategy meant that I wouldn't have any cash on hand to make some purchases when the deals were really good. Like at the beginning of April, when the market suddenly dropped. In hindsight, it would have been a brilliant time to invest in some good quality stocks. I definitely missed out this time round. But the recent volatility has taught me is that I need to have cash on hand so I can take advantage of the cheap stocks compared to their actual valuation. So the strategy of contributing and reinvesting on a monthly basis is a solid strategy. It's effectively dollar cost averaging. But that being said, sometimes opportunities do present themselves in such a way you need to have cash on the hand to take advantage of them. So now I will have 1 month's contribution held in cash on hand for such opportunities. I will continue to average out my investing with monthly purchases. Looking ahead, I don't see the market getting any more stable. There is a real possibility for more volatility. But now April has taught me something. It's not to freeze. When the markets or positions are dropping like that, I should keep calm and carry on. I'm sorry for using that phrase, and no, I don't have the t-shirt to match. I know that the stocks that I have chosen are good quality and they have survived many market downturns in the past. An interesting thing that people might not think about when markets are in declines or volatility like we are seeing now is that in the long term the markets return and they succeed past the previous record-breaking highs. This is why me continuing with my overall strategy is the best thing to do. During the market volatilities, I will be purchasing good quality stocks at discount prices, and when markets return, I should be in a very good position. April has given me a really good lesson about mental strength. As a quick disclaimer, because I'm using some screenshots from eToro. eToro is a multi-asset investment platform. The value of your investments may go up or down. Your capital is at risk. Copy trading does not amount to investment advice. The value of your investments may go up and down. Your capital is at risk. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Trading history presented is less than 5 complete years and may not suffice as basis for investment decision. Don't invest unless you're prepared to lose all the money you invest. This is high risk investment and you shall not expect to be protected if something goes wrong. It is also worth noting that I am not a financial advisor and this is my personal journey. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you found this portfolio update interesting and helpful for your own financial journey. If you did, please like the video and consider subscribing. It really helps to grow the channel and reach more people. My goal with this channel is to show that an average person like myself can build a solid financial future for themselves and their family through constant dividend focused investing. But you can absolutely do it yourself too. Thanks for being a part of the Dividend Dad community and I'll see you in the next update.